It's already October, isn't it? October 2nd. That's just amazing to me. But because it is October, I have my Halloween earrings in with my spiders and my white webs. So those are cool. I think so. I liked them enough last year when I made them that I kept them. So um, I'm not sure what we're going to do today. I have all kinds of things beside me here. I have the bargain bead box, which I did an unboxing, but I haven't done a single thing with it since then. So maybe we'll drop that down and look at that. I have SoftFlex's Gone Batty kit here beside me, which I have sort of an idea for a necklace, but not sure if that's what we want to do. And then I also have SoftFlex's Customer Appreciation Week kit, California Dreaming. Hi, Anita. I also have beside me on the way home when we stopped in Missoula yesterday. When I put out my live, hi Beth, um, we had just left Hobby Lobby. So I went to Hobby Lobby and to one of my favorite little stores, bead stores down there, Crystal Limit. It's not a big store. The prices are sometimes a little bit much, but I do find most of the pieces I use for my hair barrettes there. Thank you. Hey, Cindy. And so we could look at what I got from both of those stores as well and then decide what we're going to do. Here, I'll show them to you a little closer. I think I made these on a YouTube video last year. See how there's my little spider in the middle and my opalite and little crystal clear beads form his web, so to speak. They're also wire wrapped together, so these two can't move independently of each other. They are together. So they were sort of fun last year when I made them. Like I said, I did make them last Halloween, last October probably, on one of my videos. I also made a spider web with using an icicle frame and some, which was fun, little tiny seed beads. That took a while, but it wasn't. It was a fun project. Anyway, as I say, I've got. We can open. We can look at what I bought at the two stores yesterday, or we can work on something from the bargain bead box, since I haven't made a thing from there. All I've done is opened the box up, did the unboxing, so I haven't done anything else with that. With the California Dreaming, we did do the unboxing and then made the orange earrings. The orange, I guess you'd call it an orange tree because it's got the flowers and stuff. These earrings. Now, actually, these are spoken for. I have to price them and get an invoice out to the young lady that bought them. So those are the one thing we did with California Dreaming. And then, of course, we made the hair barrette with the Gone Batty kit. So we do have those four options of what to work with. So if you guys have any preferences, how was my sale? It was bad. The Renaissance Festival is down there in Boise, Idaho, is usually my very best show of the year. It was my worst this year. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Things that normally sold, like my circlets, I only sold 2. So we're thinking it might have been where they had us at. The organizers thought it would be a really good spot, so they put us there because we are one of their vendors that come back yearly. So they were trying to give us a good spot, and it ended up not being good at all for us. And so they moved us on Sunday. That improved it a little bit, but not enough to make us decide to go back next weekend because, it's a long trip down there to Boise from Columbia Falls. We left at 8:30 in the morning and didn't get there until 6:30 at night. Granted, we did stop for gas and a couple of potty breaks and lunch. We had a picnic lunch, but still that took us 10 hours to get there. And and then it took us more than that to get home because we took a longer route to go home because we decided to go to I wanted to go see Craters of the Moon National Monument, so we took a slightly longer route home, but and that's why we stayed in Missoula last night because we were taking a long time going home. Oh yeah, there's events closer to me. I will be doing I have 3 more scheduled this year, 2 in November, one at the beginning of November, one at the end, and another one in a couple of weeks, probably 3. So, and that's the holiday show for the farmers market is my next one in October, and then I do a Christmas one at the first weekend of November, which is a 3-day show. And then one on Black Friday weekend starts on Friday, goes through Sunday, and that's with my Artisan Craftsman Club. And that's the last one I do of the year. And so I won't do another show until probably, I think my first one usually for the year is April. So the first weekend in April. So, and that's an indoor one. So luckily, because 3/4 of the times it's snowing still. Well, I hope you do really good in yours, Cindy. Holiday shows, yes, do better because people are going for those gifts. They're looking for Christmas gifts and such. So, yeah, holiday shows do tend to do better. So, so that's good. Now, personally, I was cold when I got home. Saturday down in Boise was 91 degrees. We got home and it was 61. 30 degrees difference. so I was freezing yesterday. Not too bad today. I think I'm readjusting, but it was quite it was really hot. So we were really glad that we'd taken our big fan with us and the 3 batteries we have for it, because I actually used up all 3 batteries on Saturday. It was that hot. So I hope so too, Cindy. But like I was telling the organizers of the Renaissance Fair this last weekend, like I said, it's usually my best show of the year. And I did maybe a third of what I normally do down there. So I was really shocked and really disappointed and not understanding it at all. I did have some of my repeat customers show up, which was nice, but who knows what was going on? I don't know if it was where we were at as far as our spot was concerned, or if it's just a weird year. I did speak with some other vendors, and some said they did real good, and some said they didn't do so good this year. So I don't know what the problem was. And who can say? It's like I was telling Josh, one of the organizers, you never can tell what people are going to do. I can bring the stuff that they bought hundreds of last year and they won't buy a single one. So who knows? It's just the way it goes some years. So anyway, let's decide what we want to work on. Like I said, I don't have anything in particular set up for today. Traveled home yesterday. This is true, Beth. Though we, of course, didn't have the hurricane over here on this side, but we keep seeing on the news about all the destruction in the east and the deaths, which was very sad. And I certainly understood that because I worked hurricane relief after Hurricane Katrina down in the Gulf, and it was horrible. Um, let's see my new hauls. Okay, I didn't get a lot, but I did get some stuff. So let's look down and see what we got, and then we'll decide if there. I'm sure there still will be time. I didn't buy a lot of stuff, but I did buy some. So let's turn down. Come on, turn. There we go. Hands. So the first thing package here is from Crystal Limit, which is and I take it, Beth, that cabin is not in good shape now, since you say you did have a cabin rented. So I didn't purchase a lot of things, but when I go down there, I do get stuff. So here is what we got. Now, this place is known for doing bulk buy things and then occasionally putting those bulk buy things on half price. This is one of them. This is the vintage brass or bronze. I would say it's more bronze than brass because, let's face it, brass is much brassier, as in gold. So it had these, this normally would be $4 for the 2-pack here, and I bought this bulk pack for $4. So these are the bracelet, or well, could be necklaces too. Clasps, the sliding ones that I think are fun. This one's a little sticky, but that's all right. Use it a few times, it'll stop sticking so much. But the two, oh yeah. Yeah, I like these clasps too, especially if I'm going to do a multi-strand anything. So those are, these came in a bulk pack, like I said, normally two-pack for $3.95. And the normal price of this bulk buy was $8, and I got it on sale for $4. So there's like 10 of them in here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, might be 6. So, well, it says a 10-pack, so that's probably what it was. Oh, there's something else that went back in my bag. Oh, well, that's all right. That's just these. Now, I found some of these on sale. I got 2 packages of them because I found 2 packages in their sale bin. What I use these for is my hair barrettes, the background pieces for all the little pieces I put together. So this is what they look like. These are one of my favorite pieces for my barrettes. When I had a lot of people that were purchasing my barrettes this weekend. That's the thing I sold the most of, was barrettes. And a lot of folks said, well, how do you make them? Well, I use industrial glue, the industrial style of E6000. And I get the blank, and I actually design the top first. You know, what I'm going to put, what am I putting in here? What do I want to use? And then I decide what will work best under those pieces. So those are some of my under pieces. So those are cool. Then I got another bulk pack. This is a, it says 1,000 pack. And it's little, come on, babies, come out. One package anyway. It's little tiny ball spacers and in a antique copper. So lots and lots of little tiny antique copper ball spacers, which I like to a lot of times when I'm doing like a little daisy spacer and I want something a little bit more. I will take and, do I have a piece of wire? I have a ball head pin here. Let's get a couple out. Got to watch it with these because they have holes in the top because they've been on the, they've been on the rack before they were put in the bulk pack. So we put the little ball spacer on and then say, let's see, do I have a any kind of spacer over here. It doesn't have to be this color. I tend to throw things off to the side when I'm not using them, so I was thinking I might have one over here. Well, I have some silver packaged ones, though I think these might be big enough that the little ball will go right into the hole. We'll have to see. It works really good with little tiny daisy spacers. Let's see, are you going to go right in? Nope, not quite. Good. And then put another ball spacer on the other side. Come on, little guy. You got a hole. I saw it a minute ago. Bing. Come on, go on. And so then it makes a really cute little division there for between your beads. Hey, Rosemary. So anyway, that is one of the things I use with these tiny ball spacers. Or if you just want some kind of separation, like if you're using tiny beads and you want some kind of tiny separation, they work really great for that as well. Let's put you back in your package and put you back to the side again, since we're not going to work on you. So, and back in. And then those back into here. So those were my packaged things that I purchased at Crystal Limit. Now this is a local store down in, I only know of it in Missoula, but I really love that little store. Now their beads are a little bit pricey sometimes, but they are really good grade beads. These are the clear quartz, which I have, and they're faceted. Which I love. This is probably the third strand I've got of these because I just love them. They are a little spendy, $22, but they're so pretty. So that is one of my bead strands that I got there, which I will probably take off the strand and put in the case that I keep those in. And then I got this strand of carnelian faceted oval coins. And those were 18. It's got some of it marked off. It looks like they made a whole bunch of, though some of them are drilled a little off. I noticed that. Where was that one? Now, of course, I don't see it. I was going to say it was drilled a little to the, well, see it right here. It's come through the matrix that's in here and gone through a little bit, but I think they're gorgeous. I love carnelian. Excuse me. Hi, Cynthia. So I have a real fetish for carnelian. I don't know. Oh, there it is. That one has got the drill coming out slightly to the side. I don't know why. I'm not a big orange fan, but I love carnelian. It really pulls to me. But anyway, I saw these and just had to have these faceted ovals. So those are really pretty. And the last thing I got was some ultra micro suede in dark brown. They had some various colors. This is 3mm dark brown, but I thought this, I like a natural color, and this is really pretty. It's a little stiff, but I think it'll work out once it's been used a little bit. But microfiber suede. So it's 3 yards. Could use that with some of those brown Get Batty beads. Do you guys remember the pink porcelain and crystal spacer ones that I put on this? That is one of the things that I sold this last on the show. So it was also one of those things I had considered keeping, but I didn't do. Okay, now let's look at what we got at Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby was having a sale, and so we had a whole bunch of things that were on clearance, so I snapped them up. These little crystal, these little connectors I thought were really cute. So, and there's 6 for 99 cents because they were regular $3.99, but they're, like I said, they had a lot of stuff on clearance. Now I got, this is not everything, by the way. I just brought only this up. So yeah, Marika, I do love carnelian. I don't know why. Like I said, it just really calls to me. So anyway, here are some of the things that I got from Hobby Lobby. Yes, I got some regular price things, I believe, but heck, these were all on clearance sale, so I grabbed clearance sale stuff. And I could have got more because there was more, but I thought, let's leave a little for other people. But I liked these connectors a lot, and I did check. Every one of them has their crystals in it, so there's no missing crystals. So these will make really pretty connectors for either a bracelet or, earrings. Could dangle something else on. Could dangle one of my carnelian pieces on. And then, of course, they had a lot of Preciosa flatbacks on sale. Now, these are hot fix ones, and I don't use them as hot fix ones. I just glue them like I normally would any crystal because I use them for my hair barrettes. So they had all kinds of these on sale. See, here's some pack ones. Let's sort of scoot these over some so we can maybe get some of the pack ones up here. I got the 3 size packs of 3 different colors. I think it was just 3. And then I got 2 sizes of these red ones. See what else we got in here. Yay, we got all kinds of things. Oh, these are the gears I used on my gear. This one was not clearance, obviously. There's no orange sticker on it, but I think they were on sale for half price. 40% off, something like that. And these are the gears that I used on those 2 hair barrettes that I made, and the bobby pins and hair combs. So I used most of those up on those 4 items. Well, 5 because I put some on my fairy dust necklace as well. So I decided to get a new pack of those. And this one was on, I think this one was on sale. I got this because my daughter loves manta rays. I'm going to be quiet because she's back in her bedroom. But I got this to make her a necklace for Christmas. So, did you? Yeah, they're pretty cool, aren't they? They make some really cool things. Oh, I see I have a connector one in here too because it's got 2 slots. Then these beads, they're sort of a pukey green color, but Picasso chartreuse, they say. But they're sort of neat, and they were on clearance. So, hey, if it's on clearance and it's kind of neat, buy it. Let's see. Then I got a roll of chain. I use a lot of this chain, not only just for regular chain, but because of when I make my circlets, I put a extender chain on the back so that it can fit other people in different head sizes. So, and yes, this is $15.99, but it was on half price. So that was half price. Metal Gallery was half price. So that was cool. Let's see what else we got. Oh, yes. I got some large hole beads. I like a large hole bead when I'm making when I'm making the stretch bracelets so that I can hide the knot insides, and I was getting low on them, so I got some more of those. Again, they were on sale, not the $6.49 that's posted, but half price, so it would have been $3.50. Well, $3.25. Oh, I think this is the end of the bag. But there's two cool things in here. I don't think these two were on sale, but they were so pretty I decided to get them anyway. These are connectors. See, they've got one on either side. And I was thinking these would make beautiful earrings. Drop something down from them. And even put something up above if you wanted to. Pretty greens. Hey, if PK's here, green. And then lastly, I bought this little, now it's an already made up bracelet. I will take it apart because, well, I don't, unless I were to just keep it for myself, which I'm not going to. I'm going to take it apart and use the bits and pieces because let's face it, every one of these, oh, I didn't notice. These are not jump ring together. They're actually welded together. Well, that's sad. I'm going to have to cut them. Or is it just a... Yeah, I'm going to have to cut them. They've welded the spot where they put them together. Well, that's too bad. Not that I can't still use them, because I can. I'll just have to cut the ring off the bottom to use them. But they won't be a connector anymore. Then they'll be an earring piece. I mean, just a one-sided piece, but it could just go like that. But I didn't notice that when I bought them. But that's all right. I can still use them. I have my ways. I could even use this bracelet piece if I want to cut that piece loose. Though this piece is on the side I probably wouldn't cut, because it would, the easiest place to cut these, because of the way they're made, would be cut this loop off down here on the bottom. So anyway, I bought those for breaking apart and using for, I was thinking I could put them in bracelets also, but they're going to become earrings now because I am going to have to cut pieces off. Or even like in parts in a necklace or something, but that's all right. I have ways to make things work. So anyway, we looked at these. We looked at our gears. Looked at our 2 bunches of red 3. Now you can see this one I got green. This one is an AB clear. And this one is, what color do they call this? Crystal honey. It's a sort of crystally color. So then we also got these large ones. I really like this size if I want to have a really oomph saying on any of my things. Yeah, me too. So we looked at these, but I don't really think we talked about these things at all, did we? This is my chain. It can go over here in my chain pile. These are little charm pieces, and as are these. Now, the green one is my birthstone, and that's sort of why I got that one. But I love the blues, so this is a sort of teal. It says this one is August, but it says this is a December birthstone. I may just take this one and string it just on a chain. Maybe break. Ooh, Coriana chain. I have some Coriana chain that, some silver Coriana chain, so that would be pretty, as just on a Coriana chain. Now the back is solid. It's not just a ring where they go inside. So those. Then I got these 3 little charms. These 2 are the same. This is you make the world a beautiful place. And pretty. So I got 2 of those. They were only on clearance for 32 cents. Isn't that cool? This one was on clearance for 49. But it says God gave me you. And there's a song of that title, which I really like. So anyway, God gave me you charm. So that's my stuff I got from Hobby Lobby. Good clearance sales down there. And then, like I said, then we already looked at my Crystal Limit stuff. So we have a half hour left. We could make something. What day is in August? Is the 9th. My birthday's the 9th. I've got this bead sitting up here because the crystal fell out. I have to fix that. Just put a little glue in there and put it back in place. So I've sitting up above me here. So like I said, we have our, I wonder if I have any of that silver Coriana chain in here. If so, we could make that little blue zircon necklace really quickly, but I haven't really got any thoughts on what I wanted to work on per se. I do have all kinds of pretties beside me, though some of them were on the floor when I came home. So I think my kitties were up here or trying to climb here through here, which is not uncommon. But I do have this here, as well as our Gone Batty kit, and our California Dreaming kit, which I obviously haven't used all of. So we have some large hole beads in here, as well as some in here. Though I have been sort of half designing a necklace that I haven't, of course, got finished. But I was thinking with these, I could put these aside. And we don't have time to make it tonight, but today, but I'll give you a little idea of what I was going to use some of these for. Is I'm going to take, and I'm going to make a converting necklace. By that I mean I'm going to take a couple of these beads. I'm going to get a bail. And then because I only have, what did I do with her? I know I had them out here. There they are. I only have one of these left since I used them for my hair barrette. And I'm thinking I will turn this into a charm down here. But I say I'm going to make it a converting one because I don't want this necklace that I make to be simply for Halloween. So I'm thinking I will put it on a jump ring, so you can jump ring it onto, not a jump ring, but a lobster claw. So you can hook it to the bail, and then if you want to change it out, you can take it off. So, and this piece, sorry, it's going to stay for another hair barrette. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with that hair barrette, but it will become another hair barrette because it's a perfect piece for a hair barrette. So what then I want to do from there is these big teardrops will go on either side. And these have some chips at the top, so I'm going to get some conforming bead caps and put on them to bring them up. And then I'll just go on up the line with, well, actually, if I'm going to sit here and design it, we might just put it together. Especially considering that we do have a half hour. Ooh, beads everywhere. A little bit of a tickle in my throat. Gotta find the right bead. Here we go. And I could put chain at the end if I wanted to not bead it all the way, which I could do. We also have these. Oh, and they have chain in here for that matter. I forgot about that. Come here, chain. This is the bat, not the chain. Though this chain is slightly thin for how chunky I'm going to make this bracelet. So I'm not bracelet, duh, it's a necklace rolls. So I'm not sure that I would want to use it with it. See, it's a little thin. If I were to use it, I'd probably want to double it up so it looks a little more hefty, which might work just great. So that's definitely something to think about. So then we can, I'm just going to sort of go up with gray and black until I decide I'm done putting things together here. And I'll need to get some, oh well, maybe I won't need to get any spacers because they have them in here. There's some pretty spacers in here. I could also use this tiny bat as our focal piece rather than the yellow one, because I'm not going to put any other yellow in here, so maybe that would be the way to go. I'm not going to use these white ones, so I'm going to pull them and put them back in here. Same with our little moons. I may drop the moons down from some sort of like some chained ones of these in various lengths. How many of these do I have? 8? Well, I have more than 8 because there's 2 in here and there's still 5 over here. Yeah, I wouldn't want to make them atrociously long, so I'd probably use like maybe 5. But, and then hang our little bat, our little moon, not our bat. There you. Down at the bottom. Put these on, I think I have some, well, yeah, I just bought some from Randy, some little black ball head pins. And then just put them on a little length of chain going up. And, or each of them have their own little chain, I think would be cute. So that's another thing we can do. Let's get those other white ones out of here. And I don't think we're going to use these little black beads. Maybe we'll put those with the white ones for the little moon earrings. Actually, if I was going to do that, I should do... Are these small enough? No, but I do have some smaller ones that we could put a little, like so. Go in there. And when we put these together, we can just put little, make little, or they could go the other way and go on the curve, and then these would be big enough. Go up. Well, what I do with that ball head pin. There we go. What I mean by that is I put them, this little guy here, then this guy. Come on. So it'd sit like here, and then this guy would go with the fat butt end down into here. Nah, it doesn't fit well. I don't like that. So I would probably, I have some really tiny of the spacers, so I'd probably put this guy on, then the spacer that I have. This one is too big, like I said. And then the guy here to make my little drops that we're going to use on these earrings. So let's put these back away. We don't want to get them mixed up here. I can leave the spacers out because I may be going to use them. But I don't think I really am going to use them, and I don't think I'm going to use these squares. So I'm going to put those away as well. Get out of the way, guys. We have some rondelles here, which are spokely. And falling off the mat. So we'll put these aside. We're not going to use these. So have to find if we're going to do this right now, I got to find some bead caps for over the top of those and decide which we're going to go here. If we're going to put these on chain, the chain like I'm thinking of doing, and if I do put them on the chain, I'm going to double the chain up, and let me check the messages because I haven't checked them for a while here. Hi Angel, how's it going? So I don't think I'm going to use these fire polish. That was my original idea, was to use the fire polish, but I think I'm going to. And I'm not thinking I need all of these. Now I could insert some more of these big guys up there if I wanted to, but I'm tapering it up, so I'm going up to the chain. And this may be as long as I want it to be as far as beads, and then put the chain, double the chain up around the back. So let's see if we have enough of our spacers here that they gave us for one here and one here. We want to put a bead cap on that. One, oops, up. One. So we're going to need to use some of the other spacers because we're not going to have enough for this. But we do have all of our crystal spacers, so we can see how those will work in there. And then we'll leave these on in case we decide to go on with them. But I do need to find a bead cap for the top of these because, like I say, they are a little bit rough, and I want that covered up. And gotta see if I've got any really close by me here. I'm not sure that I do. So we do have our wire and our jump rings in here. I have this big porcelain bat too, and I think he is great. And he could sit here too if I wanted to wire wrap him and put a hook on him. But I don't know that I want to do that. So, like I said, I do need to find, speaking of my little tiny, there we go. See, they're tiny, and they will work really great on those earrings. So I might just drop them in the package so that I have them close by. Well, here's where I've got all those little odds and ends. So maybe I'll just drop them right into here, and then put those back in here. I probably will put these into an enclosed baggie later because that one doesn't have a seal anymore because it was folded over. And then we have, I'm not sure if I have I was thinking one of those, actually, these might be better. They're a little bit bigger, but they're gunmetal for the earrings. Well, that's a decision for later. What I'm trying to find is a bell that I want to use for these, to put this on. I was thinking if I can find one of those bells that they had in one of our kits, the bargain bead box kits that had the ball bell. But I think the ball bells that we had were gold, and I want silver, of course, or gunmetal. And I know I bought some, but I don't see them close by me here, which is a problem. So we don't want to do that. So we will just use this style. Of course, because of the size this one is, I'm probably going to want to put some... Oh, come on, open up package. Oh yeah, tear. That works really good. Fine, you don't want to open, I'll just tear you open and you can become in a different bag later. So we'll use this bail. And I do need to find me some bead caps. And we can hang this little guy right here until we want to change him out. We could put all kinds of different things to change out here. We could, like, because I have these spiders. If we wanted just to have various critters on here, we could also have a spider. Use a spider instead. Put a bead between, make a little piece like that, or the same with our bat if we wanted to do that. Oh, hi, Miss Tacos. So, you know, those are all options of things to do. But like I say, when I do these, I'm going to want to put a jump ring and a, oh, what I do with them. Here they are. Get some, now these are the littler ones, which I don't normally use a lot of because they're, you know, they bother my hands. So I've just put them in a separate baggie up here when I don't use them. But we could hook on to one of these. Now these are too big to go through the bail. Just barely, but they are. So we'd want to put a jump ring here for these to hook onto, but we can hook on, make a little, and then hook this at the top to go onto a jump ring and make it be a pendant, just like so. And do the same with our spider. And we can make these convertible to make them into different necklace pendant pieces. And because we'd want to be able to wear this necklace anytime, I have beside me here some Man in the Moons, and we could make that into one of the convertible pieces. Or if we wanted to not to be convertible and just be so you could wear it at all times, we could just put the moon on here. So there are many, many options here of what we can do. But who said you could fall off this side here? Get back up here. I do need to get and we could just, like I said, just have it be the moon, and we could put the black bead here with the moon to be so we could make this necklace be a necklace we could make at you wear at any time of the year. So then we could just put these spare pieces away, or like I say, just to have the necklace be normal, like I've got it right here. Or we could make it into a convertible one, which we'd have to put a jump ring here, and then we'd have to put lobster claws on each of our pendant pieces so that it could hook onto the necklace. Hang the moon. So we'll put our bat away, we'll put our spider away. We won't make this convertible. We'll just make it a normal necklace with our moon as our bottom piece, which works really good for me too. So these, because we only have a few of these, I think I might have some more of those type of and of course, because I know I do, I'm not seeing them. They don't appear to be wanting to be beside me here like they frequently are. But I do have some bead caps beside me, which we could use in lieu of some of these pieces. Though most of these seem to be gold. I need a silver ones out of here. There's some silver ones. These are not conforming though. I need a conforming one or two to use on these big guys. I saw some gold ones the other day, but of course they're gold and I don't want gold. And this one is too big. It's a beautiful cap, but it's even too big for this bead. So, trying to remember where I put those. Sorry that I'm off screen here and not being right there with you. Let's see, will these fit? These are conformings. So I just have to, nope, that one's not quite the right color. Neither is that. might be wanting to go for the darker color here. Okay. What I actually wanted were some that look like petals, and I do have some somewhere. It's just, where the heck are they? I didn't find them before the show, and I don't want to be playing looking for them for too horribly long, because then we won't have any time to string it up. Ha! Found them. These are what I was looking for. See these guys? We'll see which fit better. Okay, so let's see. A little chip there. There we go. See, we'll put this one on this one and this one on this one. We'll see which one we like better, because this needs to push down. And which one do you guys think? Ah, you're talking about the October bargain bead box. I haven't seen anything on it. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I do too. Where did I get this? Oh, I can't remember where I got it. I bought it from a lady I buy beads from on the internet. But I can't remember. It's sterling silver and blue topaz. But I love it. But anyway, which one of these caps do you guys prefer? The larger one? This one? Yeah, I think so too. I think it looks better. So we'll switch to this. We'll get this one. Put these two to the side. And this, slide this guy on here. Push her down. And she's going to go here. Now, if I wanted to, I could also put another bead cap on here. Let's put these away so I don't lose all these little lobster claws. And our chain, we want to have that. And, you know, I think these bead caps might be too big for our gray beads, so they might not work anyway. They'd work for this one. We might do like a double. You and you. No, not this one. We'll need something smaller if we're going to do a double. But I do like the thought of a double. And then this guy can go up to one of these other spots. And we're not going to use the rest of these. Okay. So let's get some wire out. And I like to string right from onto this. So I'm just going to pull some of our SoftFlex off. And then I'm going to put a bead stopper here so that it won't sink into the spool, so I can't see what's going on here. Let's see, will one of these fit good here? That has, see, this rondelle has a flat side, so I wasn't sure if that was going to look, because I'm not sure it'll hold it in place good. But let's put this other one on and see what it looks like. It'll work. So then we'll just string these like I have them sitting here. Go on. Now, if I wanted to, and actually I think I do, I got, come on, baby. I'm going to get some Remember how I showed you how you could do ball spacers in between others on either side of other spacers? Here's some lovely little silver ball spacers. And we will put, oh, just do it that way. And then this guy, down you go. Let's see if I like that. No. I think this guy is too big if I'm going to do that with the ball spacer, these smaller ball spacers of this size. So I don't want to do that. So maybe if what I want to do is, let's see. We're going to double up the daisy spacers. I'd prefer daisy spacers. Well, these are star spacers, but let's see how this one will work. You get out of there. We're just experimenting today with how things look, aren't we? Now the bigger daisy spacer. Down you go. That's better. I think even a bigger daisy spacer yet would be better yet, but we use what we got. So, come here, you. It's all right, but it doesn't really turn my crank. Need something bigger if we're going to double it. You're too close to the same size. How do I store my beads? In a mess. Oh, this one? This is my Claudia. It's amber and sterling silver. It's my wedding ring. My original wedding ring was just a little gold band, and I got chunky, and it was growing into my finger. So they cut it off, and then my husband got me this one. I'm still not sure I'm liking that spacer combo, though, because I think this spacer's too big to go with that one. I mean, I like the triple spacer, but I'm not sure I like it together like that with this bigger one here. So, boy, I'm just changing my mind on my spacers, aren't I? So I'm thinking that I may wonder if these are too big, because these are a little larger hole, but oh, I still got a tiny one in there. Well, we can make it even bigger yet. Let's do a tiny one, then the big one, then the big one. See how that looks. There we go. We're building blocks. Let's put the end one on and see if I like it or not. I'm not sure I do. I don't. So we're going to take that off. And maybe we'll just take the bright silver one out and just do the smaller ones like so. I don't think so. I don't like it. So we're just going to have spacers everywhere here. So we'll go back to the original with just one spacer. I'm not sure I had enough spacers because I don't think I did. Which will mean I will have to substitute something. Because I don't think I have enough spacers, I am going to substitute some of these ones of mine here into this spot. And how does the hole go through this gray one? Right here. That's what I was thinking. Let's see if this will work. I'm not sure it will because it doesn't always work when you use a crystal spacer with something that's flat on one side like that, because sometimes they want to make a bunch up and look sort of, oh, actually that looks pretty good. I think we'll leave that one there and put one like that on the other side too and see if it'll work there as well. Will you work with this bead too? It's fat enough that it doesn't leave a big gap, and that is the thing I don't like when we use a crystal spacer with another bead. Sometimes when they do that, they gap open and they look sort of ugh. Okay, you guys. Push it into there. I'm going to use one of these as well as our bead cap with our big. These remind me of marbles I used to play with as a kid. That'll work. Now I need to number 6s would be better to do this with, but I don't think I have any number 6s close by me, not black anyway. And I'd want black or gray, maybe silver, but good enough. Sorry I keep deserting you guys to grab stuff. I have some black. I do have some black number 6s. Now this bail has a big hole, so I want to fill it with something so that it doesn't slide around too horribly much. And 2 might be enough. Let's find out. Yeah, 2 is going to be fine. You know what? I'm going to put another bead cap on this side. I think it would look better than it just bumping into the bail. In fact, I may just put one of these guys here as well. And then our seed beads. Yeah, I like that better. Let's see if that holds that up too high. That's pretty good. Hopefully I won't be klutzy and knock these all these spacers off on the floor since I've just left them here. Now we have our teardrop. And by using these, I think I'm going to actually have extra of my star spacers. Go on to here. Especially since I decided I used this other style up here. Though I have enough that if I wanted to go back to this style when I cut the wire, let's see if I like that better. I could. Now I think I'll leave it with the other one and we'll leave the star spacers here so we can use them for something else. Come here, baby. Come off here again. Get one of these. Gray. Don't get stuck over there. So there's our necklace. Let's see how long this is going to end up being. I need a, not two, just one. So this beaded portion is just about 10 inches. So we'd probably want about, depending on how long you want it, I'd probably want about 10 inches of the chain. And since I'm going to double it to make it work the way I want it to, like so, we would need 5 double inches on both sides. So first of all, I guess we got to see if we've got that much chain. Oops, we're over our hour. Do we want to continue and let me finish this? And then, of course, we got to make our little, and since we're not going to make it a convertible after all, we will just, I will just hook this on here. So we're going to, up here you go, guys. We don't need this much wire because don't think I'm going to bead anymore. I think we're just going to put chain on the rest of it. Though I do have some more beads and we could go up a little bit more. But I don't think I'm going to. Oh, that's a seed bead. I'm like, where the heck did this bead come from? We're going to use one of these down here with the moon. We could go on a little bit more if we wanted to put a little bit more. So if I wanted to do that, I would put might end it like this instead of with like this side over here with the black being the end, and just use another one of these gray beads to end it. Though if I want to do a gray bead with the moon, we can't do that because it would wouldn't be enough gray beads left then. So I think, I'm not sure I care about putting a gray bead on with the moon, though. We don't want to make it super long. So we could, like I say, put this gray one over here. We could even put, excuse me, if we take this out and just make it like so, and we could even put another black bead up here if we wanted to do this, make this be a little bit longer up here. I think that's too much. I would just, if I left it with the gray, I could just leave it that way, or trying to decide if I want the 2 grays on the side or if I just want the one. Don't fall off, get up here. Though I can just cut my wire because I know that I'm not going to want much more than this. So which do we prefer, the 2 grays or just the one? I think I'm going to jump ring this to a silver ring. Well, one thing I want to see is what does the hole look like, because we don't want our crimp tube to drop into the hole. I don't think it's going to, no matter which way I go with it. So let's get some of these out of my way before we have them all over the place. I was afraid I'd use all of these up, and I've used more of these up than those, so but that's fine. So, oh, there they are. I think I am going to go with the gray one at the top. Our crimp tubes are gunmetal, so that ought to be rather cool right there against the silver. So we'll get a couple crimps out. Only need 2. We need one of this for this guy here. And then we're going to take our crimp tube, go through our necklace piece here and through our ring. This is a closed ring, so it has to go on right now. Now this first side, of course, we don't have to worry about how close we are when we crimp, because obviously it's going to slide over here to this side. So now I have accidentally done this without thinking about the fact that I split it in the middle. You gotta, if you're gonna split it, you gotta be careful with that. You do need to pay attention to both sides. So we'll get our magical crimper out, put the crimp in the divot, squish, then turn, squish. Now I tend to squish until it doesn't, when you close it around, it looks like it's already closed all the way. It's not going to go anymore. So go back up on there, guys. So you can do it that way, or you can just, I heard Sarah say the other day, go at, when you do your crimps, do it at 12, 3, 6, 9, like you would on the clock hand. So I thought, that's an interesting way of looking at it. So there's this one. Now we'll put this one on the ring. Now I'm going to go through, of course, my crimp, and then through the next 3 beads. I'm not going to stop here because it's really hard when you're trying to cut this when it's in one of these concaves like this. So go all the way to this bead here. Well, actually, there's another concave there, isn't it? So let's go through to the end of this gray one. And then bring her down. Now, the lovely thing about having a ring on this end, you can hold the ring as you're pulling it, and it will help you pull it tight. So we've got this base. Now, this is a little bigger, I think. So we're going to squish it over a little bit. Now we'll go in on our crimp tube and squish, turn, squish, turn, and you're not quite there, darling. There we go. Okay, so the ring is done. So now we can get it here and cut this little bit off. So there is the base of our necklace here. This is our bail for our pendant. Extra stuff. And now we need to, again, measure it, see how long it is, and decide how much chain we want. So it is 6 inches now with our rings, so that's 12. If we want it to be 20 inches, we need another 8. And if we cut up our jump ring is going to put a little bit of room here, and so is our ending piece, our bail. So we want about two 8-inch pieces of the chain. So I'm going to cut our chain right here at these Figaro pieces here, because I want the big links. So we're gonna, I'm not sure what kind of chain this is, so I'm gonna get my heavy duty cutters and we're gonna cut these right here. Come on, babies, cut off. There we go. The other half is still on. So we have to cut that baby off. Now I want to get approximately the same length. So I'm going to get my awl, which is right here, and I'm going to put the chains on here, and then I'm going to roll my fingers down and bring it down so it's going to cut off in about the same spot. So we want to cut this right here. And I'm just going to leave this on because this is the extra. Those in the trash. This is our extra bit of chain. I think it might be just enough for our earrings that I was saying I might make. So let's get that little extra piece off and we'll put it back in its baggie. What did I do with its baggie? I'm not sure. We'll just put it aside. So now what we want to do is we want to take this and we're going to fold it in half. Get her all out again. Bing. Fold it in half. And hopefully it's going to end on one of those big ones, but it doesn't. It ends on a Figaro. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I hadn't thought about that because it will end on a Figaro if I leave the big ones at the end no matter what we do. So maybe I'll just, let's see how it looks by just going through the loop. I was going to jump ring it on, but maybe not. I think it'll be all right, just Figaroed with the Figaro right there. The Figaro's not what's there, it's one of the big loops, but there. So then on the other side, I seem to like to go extra long these days. So we're going to go right here. So now we need to get a jump ring and hook these two together up here. And I should have some gunmetal jump rings, and let's drop them all on the ground, shall we? And I do have gunmetal. I'm not sure I have any gunmetal lobster claws though, so may have to use silver. So we'll take this guy. And we'll hook the chains together. Excuse me. Now, if when I hang this up, I don't like the way the Figaro looks at the bottom, I will cut the Figaro out and we'll just double link the chains up with the big link and put them on the put those on that way. And then I'll just use one of these little gunmetal black ones to hold it together if we do that. So just like I did up here at the top. Now, like I said, I don't have any gunmetal black lobster claws other than that tiny one, which I'm not going to use. So I will probably, well, we should do it right now, use one of my antique silver ones, which are right here. Or do I have some? I might have some. I think I just saw some back here. There goes one of the earrings. I do. Isn't that lovely? So we have these, so we can use the gunmetal, which I didn't stop. I have all these little tubes up above on a shelf so that I can easily reach them. And I guess I better test that, make sure it's working good. It is. Now we'll put that on this loop I've got made right here. And close her up. Come on, baby, go on. Since I've already got your lobster, your jump ring open, you better go on. There we go. Now we'll hook her together and see how it looks when it's hanging with the chain down here, with sitting at the Figaro. It doesn't look bad. I think it'll be all right. So now the only thing we have to do is put our moon on. So we're going to I got to use that little bat for something. I'm just not sure what I'm going to use it for. And we're at 1.5 hours. Thanks, Beth. Thank you guys, ladies. I appreciate it. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to get a little piece of wire, 20 gauge wire, and we're going to just, since we have decided not to make this convertible so that we can use it for Halloween or any time, we can use it for Halloween or any time with the moon, obviously. So we need a little hunk of 20 gauge wire. Let's see, my gauges of wire right here beside me. So we just need a little piece. And I'm just going to cut a hunk of this off. We'll make a loop on one end. Now this has a relatively small connector, so I'm not going to worry about making it extra big. So we'll bring her around, and then we're going to, and I didn't leave a gap, but we do need to leave a gap, so let's pull this apart some. We'll slide our moon on, and then we'll grab it where the two wires come together and wrap it up. Now, if you want to wrap with your fingers, go for it. I always wrap with my, well, I shouldn't say always, but I generally wrap with my pliers. I think I can make a smoother wrap that way. Okay, this is our front. So we'll try and bring our wire around to the back and trim it off. And tuck it down in. Now I've got it a little crooked. See how I let it slide back, the wire slide backwards like that? So we want to take and straighten that up some. There we go. Now, because this rondelle is flat-sided, I don't want to put it straight down. So I'm going to take one of these tiny spacers, put it down first. Yeah, that's big enough. And then we'll do it for the other side as well. And I'm doing that so that the flat, it's just not having that flat right out in the open. This way it will keep it so it doesn't look so flat on that one side. So now we want to hook it on. We want to be careful when we hook it on because this moon is only one-sided. Though, of course, the rest of the necklace doesn't matter, so it can flip, you can flip it to, you know, if I got it on backwards, you could just turn the necklace around, obviously. So we want to, since we want going to hardwire it on, we want our loop to be able to go this direction. So we want it to come up and around this way. So we'll make our bend right here and bring it this way. And again, our loop isn't atrociously huge on our belt, so we can just make a regular small loop, bring her up and over and around, let her drop, bring her over, and leave that gap I talked about so that we can thread it on good. Now, because the necklace itself doesn't matter which is front and back, you can feed this on either way. But if it does make a difference for front and back, you want to feed it backwards so that when it goes around the loop, it turns and comes to the other direction so that you're now facing forward. So like here. Now we're going to hold that. And it's going to be a little trickier to wrap it now because we've got all of our necklace behind it. So hold it together and just carefully bring this baby around till you get your loops in place. And I think that's good right there. So we're going to trim this off back here in the back. And I'm going to get my smaller clippers. These clippers have a sharper bend and they'll go into tighter spots easier. So we'll go in here, trim this baby off, and then tuck her in. Now I find a lot of times I have to hold it when I'm tucking it because it likes to roll around. And sometimes I need it to hold it with my pliers because I'm not strong enough with my hands to hold it. Okay. So there we go. There is our necklace using our Gone Batty. Ta-da. There we are. She wants to slide a little bit. Why are you sliding sideways? I put plenty of beads in you. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so now let's flip up and we can look at it better. Oops, sorry about that, guys. So here we go. And here is our necklace. I think we made it probably about 24 inches. So let's get my hair out of it here. And that's how she looks. So we beaded right up to the edge of their neck where we put our chain. And there we go. It actually could have used a bigger pendant. This little moon's a little small. A bigger one might have been nicer. Which if I decide I want a bigger one because of the bigger beads, I will put a bigger one on. I do have a bigger moon, which is sort of like the one we got in our bargain bead box kit, but it's silver. So I could put that on, switch that to that, and even because they have a double loop, we could even hang another one of the little beads down from the other moon. But as it sits, here we go. This is what she looks like. So take her back off. There she is from top to bottom. And I hope you enjoyed it, making this baby with me. I do think this moon is probably a little too small for the big beads, to be truthful with you. So I may switch the moon out later. I'll make that decision later. Like I said, I do have a bigger moon, which would work, I think, with the beads better. So we'll see what I decide to do. But right now, there she is, all done. So I think we've been on here long enough. It's almost an hour and 45. And it is was really nice of you guys to stick with me all this time. And I hope that you had fun making this with me. We'll see you later. This has been Rose from Moon Rose's Garden, and we'll see you on a recorded video tomorrow. Bye bye.